I waited 25 years to get my revenge, and it was more than worth it. My mom was diagnosed with stage 4 ovarian cancer when I was in college. I don't know what my dad was thinking, I really don't. But as soon as mom was diagnosed, he started an affair with his coworker Jen. She was 2 years older than me, and she started integrating herself into my and mom's life. She'd go shopping for us, keep the house in order, help me with homework, and even sit with mom when mom was going through chemo, and dad and I weren't there. And I had no clue at all. I just thought it was Jen being kind to a family going through hard times. But I think my mom knew. One day, I was visiting her in hospice when she got real quiet and told me, "You know the way your dad has a vasectomy? You do know he isn't planning to reverse his vasectomy, right?" "Yeah, I know," I said. "Why?" She just looked at me and said, "I think you'd best keep it in mind." When I left her for the night, I kissed her and she held me for so long. "I love you. You'll be fine on your own." She passed away that night. Once again, Jen was right by our side. She helped us plan the funeral, brought us food, helped out around the house, and slowly started moving her things in. A year or so later, she had completely moved herself in and was part of our lives. I don't remember what made me suspicious enough to start digging, but start digging I did. I learned the affair began shortly after mom's diagnosis. I was sickened. I wanted to confront dad and Jen, but something else struck me. You see, during one of her visits, Jen mentioned that she really wanted to have children with her fiancé one day. When I remembered that, I realized it. Mom knew the affair was going on, and not only that, she knew that dad was keeping his vasectomy a secret from Jen. And because of this, I decided to play the long game and ruin their lives without them even realizing. I kept my mouth shut. I watched as they got engaged and married 3 years later. I smiled on their wedding day and made a toast at the reception. 25 years passed. I had children of my own. And just as I was beginning to give up hope on my revenge working, the day came. Jen and I got together for coffee, and Jen was sad and sullen. I could tell she had been crying. I asked what was wrong, and I couldn't believe my ears when I heard why. She was struggling to get pregnant for years, but assumed it was stress from work. Then her periods started coming fewer and farther between. She decided to go to the doctor and find out why. It turned out she was entering perimenopause, and her chances of successfully getting pregnant had dwindled. The doctor told her, in essence, her childbearing years were over. As I crooned sympathetic noises, Jen said, "It doesn't make sense. Me and your father tried so hard to have kids, but I wasn't able to get pregnant. I don't know why. It was then that I knew it was time." "You mean, Dad didn't tell you?" I said. "Didn't tell me what?" she asked. I was fighting every chance to smile as I played the "it's not my right to tell" card until she practically begged me. I should have won an Oscar for my performance. I told her about the vasectomy and that Dad had no intention of reversing it. You should have seen Jen. She completely deflated like a balloon. Her shoulders slumped, she bowed her head and she sobbed in her hands. I wanted to rejoice, but I knew though that would make me look like the bad guy. So I hugged her and told her Dad was horrible for not telling her, that she deserved a different outcome and that he completely wasted her time. Once she had left and I was alone, I wept with joy and relief. That was the last time I saw or talked to Jen. A few weeks later, Dad called me in a fury. Jen had packed her bags and left, slapping him with divorce papers. She yelled at him for not being honest with her that he had a vasectomy he had no intention of reversing. He then asked me, "How could you do that to us? We loved you," I said in a cold tone. "You and Mom did a good job teaching me how to keep secrets." I hung up and that was it. I never spoke to him again either.